YouTube, what is going on, man? It's been a while, I know it. Hope everybody is well out there. Hope everybody is in good health. Just want to come on here, man, and give a follow-up on things that's going on. Give y'all a little update. And the craziness that's really has been happening, man. And seeing it from my ears. Hearing it from my ears. And just being around other people at this point. Man, I come to find out and I come to see, and which is I kind of been having an eye for this. A lot of people in today's time, man, is they not happy. They're not happy, man. I'm guessing with all the gas prices and bills, so on, so forth. And I got a few examples of a lot of things that I can tell y'all in real life. I'm just now getting back on the road today. And it's even coming to a point to where now, man, I may need to make a move, and maybe go on an island or something at this point. I need to take one of my vacations, man. I got 3 weeks of vacation. And I just need to figure out where I want to go at this point. But hey, listen, man. So I caused myself going, to the Red Lobster. When was this? Saturday. And I'm sitting there at the bar. I wasn't drinking. I had a water and I think some endless shrimp, maybe. Come to find out, I'm not allergic to shrimp, how I thought I was. But anyway, so I'm sitting there, and it's 2 ladies that walked in, and a guy. They were older. They were older than me. And I'm just there minding my own business, and they sitting to the right of me at the bar at the end. And a guy come in there, man, he's loud. He's saying, oh man, it's my birthday. And I think that his co-workers, they bought him a drink or whatever. And y'all, they so loud, and the dude is so rude. I'm hearing what's going on, and he's talking about the drama that he has at work. He works at a warehouse. He said he only worked there because he just trying to pay his child support, that he doesn't really need the job. And the co-workers, the two girls is I guess trying to comfort him. Who knows? But it just caught my attention, man, on how I was out trying to enjoy myself, and this dude is loud. He's cursing. He's saying he's saying rucka this, rucka that, and them sorry such and such. Just talking about work, man. And y'all, I'm at a point now. We gotta work. We gotta make some money, right? But when you off, man, it's easier said than done. But you shouldn't let work get you to a point to where you in that type of mood, on your time off. But that's just what I think. And it just reminds me, just hearing that guy, it reminds me of when I used to work in a warehouse. Man, drama left to right, y'all. Left to right. I remember them days. Man, listen, there's no going back for me. There isn't. That life right there, it is stressful. Very, very stressful. You don't have any friends. Not in that type of environment, you don't. No, you do not. But anyway, so the guy, he keeps going on, and you know, they finally got some alcohol up in him. And I was just like, man, this is going to be bad. The dude kept getting louder and louder and louder. And he keeps talking about the guys he have conflict with at the warehouse. He keeps saying, oh, I don't like that dude and this dude. Oh, but he's cool. And the girls, you know, they just soaking it up. You could tell they, you know, instigators and all that. That's why I say, man, people trust folks too much. They too comfortable with people. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna stay on this topic for long right here. I just wanted to share that, man. Sometimes even when you go out, man, you still can't get no peace. When my food came, you know, I could tell he probably, you know, wanted conversation and tried to get me in a conversation, because when the waitress brought my food, he says, yeah, bring that over here. I didn't look that way. I just straight face. You know what I mean? I don't be paying people attention, man. But they so loud beside me, I can't help but to hear the shenanigans, man. And I just said to myself, man, I'm glad I drive trucks. I'm glad I'm on the road. Cause this is the stuff that drives people crazy, man. So anyway, y'all, so lately here, man, I'll be honest with y'all. Really, I really haven't been wanting to be around people, you know. But yesterday, I ended up meeting up with someone, and, you know, again, out of my comfort zone. Because, hey, why not? Because it was planned for like 2 weeks. I meet up with this person, and we go to a Mexican spot. You know, long time no see. And she was pretty cool, man. She was all right. But we had a conversation. She's the type of person that like to debate things, which is already sort of a red flag. I mean, I don't have no interest in this person, nothing like that. But I say it was just a hangout thing or whatever. So back when I was young, man, since she wanted to have, you know, a topic of discussion, and yeah, she brought up that she has god kids. She has god children. I don't believe in all that, but okay, it's cool. She has god children, and she said something specifically. She said that yeah, they know not to play with me, especially the little boys. Yeah, you gotta beat them. And I look, you know, I paused with my food. I put my fork down and I wiped my mouth. I was just like, I say, why you say that? Why you feel that you gotta beat the boys? You know? And she was just like, yeah, because a boy try you this and that and the third. You know, I don't play those games. Like my daddy this and that and this and that. And I'm just like, yeah, but what you didn't say the girls, you specifically, you said especially the boys. And you know, she went into, you know, why she said that or whatever, and this real aggressive. This girl right here, she's, you can tell she has that aggressive type of mind, so to speak. I mean, like I said, I've been knowing her for a long time. But y'all, my point is this, man, I'm not surprised. But what I was surprised about is that when I tried to explain to her, you know, again, history. There was a time back in the days in cultures where it was understood for a boy to be taken away from under his mother to go be a man. I think at the age of 6 or 7, maybe in the Greek culture, Roman culture, and probably many more, they had to learn to become a man. Their mothers wasn't allowed to discipline them. I'm sure not in all, but from studies, you know, I've learned that. And I was trying to explain this to her, you know, and I was just like, when I believe, this is just me, I believe when a woman disciplines a boy and she's the main you know, disciplinary, psychologically I just think it does something to the boy. No, that's just my opinion. I don't have a boy, but you know, I was once a boy. I was once a little boy. And I see the psychological effects of when people think, some ladies think that you have to beat the boys and on what it can do. I think as he grows up, I think it makes him docile to women. You know, it's just my opinion. That's what I think. And I see it all the time. I see it all the time. I hear about it all the time. But anyway, so that was a situation I shared with her, and I just wanted to get her perspective on it and her opinion, really, to see, you know, how does she think. So back in the day, man, when I was like 23, there was a dude I went to school with. He brought his nephew over to it was my baby's mother place at the time. We were staying with her mom or whatever, and something happened. It wasn't nothing major, regardless if it was major or not. He punched the little boy in the chest. Boom! Hit him like a grown man. And the little boy started crying. He jacked him up. And my girl, her mom saw it and she checked him on it. She was like, you don't hit, you know what I'm saying, a little boy like that in his chest. And rightfully so. And you know, he tried to get buck with her, and I was like, yo, fam, like, you gotta go, man. You know what I'm saying? I like, man, you gotta go. I already didn't like, you know, what he did. You know what I'm saying? I like, dog, why you do that? Because I was playing the game. I just heard a big boom, y'all. And that's what he did, man. He hit the dude in the chest, man. Skinny little boy. The boy wasn't no more than 6 or 7. And I just said to myself, I was like, man, I was saying to myself, like, dog, why you do that? Like, that little boy could have passed out, could have killed him or anything. But again, man, he was like, nah, man, you need to stop being so soft and all that, crying over nothing. I was like, but dog, you had to punch him like a grown ass man. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to do that right there. So I told her, the girl, this story, and she said, I said, so what do you think about that? You know, and she was just like, oh, it depends. Oh, I gotta know the full story. I say, so you have to know a full story to think that that's okay for a grown man to punch a 7-year-old boy and knock the wind out of him in his chest? And she was like, yeah. And y'all, right then and there, it was hard for me to finish my food. And I'm sorry, man, but I just said to myself, see, this is the problem, man. This is why it's kind of tough for me to try to have these depth conversations with people, you know, certain people. The same level is kind of just not there, man. If you think that grown man needed a reason to hit that little boy like that, you gotta be smoking crack or something. I'm sorry. No. She was trying to justify that action. Try to justify it. And like I said, man, it was really nothing else to talk about. After that, man, I just really went silent, you know. And you know, so got the bill and basically left, you know. Told her to have a good day or whatever, went our separate ways. But I was just thinking about that as I was leaving. As I was leaving and going back to the room or whatnot, I was like, man, like, she literally tried to justify this dude hitting him. she didn't. It's like it wasn't registering, y'all, that he could have killed. And I even said that, what if that little boy would have been laying out, heart stopped, dead, passed out. It's almost like she couldn't relate, or she couldn't vision that or something, but yet she was justifying it. Y'all, how do you be around a person like that? Listen, this is no judgment. It may come off as that, but truly, I'm being very sincere. This is no judgment. How do you justify this? How can you try to be friends with someone like this? See, again, in the Apocrypha, it talks about, in this world, you have to find your kind. Birds of a feather flock together. A sheep has no business sitting with a pack of wolves. You know what I'm saying? The herd mentality, a person, I would say, I guess, for an example, myself, I guess a lone wolf, maybe introvert, but I come out my way and I get along with anybody. My point is, why would I leave here to be with the herd? That's just me. But that was just an example, y'all, of the craziness, man. What I saw this past weekend. And it's another thing too. Oh hell, I'm gonna talk about it. But listen, so I go see my folks, my pops, my mother. Pull up, and as soon as I walk through the door, my pops tell me, man, your cousin don't kill somebody. What? Yeah, he shot and killed somebody. I say, man, you know what? Let me turn around. I literally turned around, walked out the house, and I said, I'm gonna try this again. I open the door, I come in, I say, hey man, how you doing? How y'all doing? My sister was over there. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, last night, he popped somebody. They said it was self-defense. Again, y'all, I'm just now getting back in town, all trying to relax my mind. And you have to hit this negativity, man, is what I'm getting at, y'all. Man, it be so negative, man, to where I didn't even stay long. I was just exhausted, man, from work. I was up 3 that day. And it was about 3 in the afternoon, man, when I got back in town. Man, hearing all that negativity, y'all, it does something to you mentally. It takes something out of you, but when I left, man, I went and grabbed some food, and I ended up, I had it on my mind. I was like, man, is my aunt okay and all that? So I go sit because I couldn't help it, man. Like, I was like, man, I was just concerned, right? But I go sit with my aunt because it happened in front of her new house. Her own grandson, killed someone. And I go sit with her, y'all. And my cousin, he tell me what happened because he was there. And she finally calms down and she sits on the couch across from me, because I really didn't want to bother her about it, but she was like, no, I'm glad you came by and all that. And I was like, yeah, man, I really just wanted to check, see, how y'all doing. And she's scared, y'all. She's literally scared. She's about to cry. And because the person he shot was a family member of a last name in the area where I'm from. They retaliate. Yeah. And speaking of retaliation, I got a call yesterday from my mother they shot up my cousin's house. I'm gonna leave it at that. It's an ongoing cycle. And I'm glad I drive trucks, man. Sometimes, as much as I'm gone, I do sit and think, just examples like these, and being away from that negativity, it reminds me why I left. And when I went in the gym, I was kind of thinking, like, yo, did I make a mistake coming back? Did I make a mistake? Like I said, no place really never been home to me. Even when I thought it was, it wasn't in the long run. I'm a nomad at this point, and I like it that way. So I'm sitting there with her, and she's telling me what happened. She wanted to show me the video because her Ring camera, you know, on the front of her house, it caught everything. And I told her, nah, you know, I don't need to see it. I don't need to see it. Y'all, I would go into details on you know what happened, but I'm not gonna do that. All I'm gonna say is this, some people don't need a gun, you know? And I'm gonna say this too. Some parents are friends with their kids while they should be parents. But I think you can't teach what you don't know. You just can't teach what you don't know, man. And that's just the reality. That's no excuse for no one. You just can't teach what you don't know or what you never saw. You know? That's just what I think, y'all. But I had someone who was dying, man. They wanted to be around me so bad this past week when I was off. But man, I have a battery, man. Sometimes I just get, when I see you have a lot going on, honestly, y'all, I don't be wanting you around me, you know, because it seems like when people have issues going on, sometimes you could feel that toxicity, man, when they're in your presence, you know. Like, for an example, you know, someone, they lost their job, they found a new one, and I'm proud of them, congratulations. But that's all they keep talking about, y'all. That's all they keep talking about. You know, I already congratulated you, and I knew you would find something else. Why keep bringing up, you know, you have the job? Why do you keep talking about, you know, this person, that person? I don't get it, man. But anyway, y'all, I don't know what I'm gonna title this video. It may just be energy, you know, I don't know. But y'all, with all that being said, I'm fine, I'm cool. But that's really the mindset I've been in lately, y'all. I just really haven't been wanting to be bothered with people, you know. And I guess it's justified, and rightfully so, because again, when you do go around, all you hearing is negative stuff, man. Went to the, like I told you, went to the bar. I went, and I was like, you know what? I need to start back reading some books, man. So I went and picked up me a book, what I've been meaning to get. If you know, you know. But I just like learning from other people's in real life story. You know, I like non-fictions, I like autobiographies and all that. Yeah, if you know, you know. I like to learn how other people's navigate through chaos. You know, that's just me. Reading is a hobby of mine that brings me peace. It's better than being on these cell phones all day, you know? Because as soon as you go on social media, you see negative stuff too, including YouTube, man. What's that case with the Carmelo Anthony guy? All that stuff is just negative, man, at this point. Again, like I say, when you decide to make a grown man decision and you take a life, it's a whole nother ball game. But hey, needless of there. Hey, another example with the conversation. Again, y'all, I'm a person of depth, and I told people, you know, that, you know, I was reading this book or whatnot, and the people that I told, you know, I noticed one thing. A lot of people don't care to even, I think, really want to know about you as a person. Not one person yet has asked me, what have I learned? What is it about? You know, what chapter are you on? But if it's something negative, they'll tell you that all day. They won't ask questions about you, though. What is the world coming to, y'all? What is it coming to? It's time for me to take a vacation. And take it alone. Hey, Lomax, like the video. And if y'all would like to know what I've learned in this, because this is interesting, and drop a comment, let me know, put share, and I share what I've learned in this so far. And with that being said, thank you. Hope you enjoyed the video. Y'all have a blessed one. I'm out. Peace.